I am ready for E3. My puppet body is ready. Hey, I'm V, and this is the Technophiles Newscast. Man, E3 brought us a lot of fun stuff this year. It's been the best one in recent memory, because the last few years have been embarrassing as heck. This year's been so much better, and the Sony Conference kind of stole the show this year. Like with The Last Guardian, and the Final Fantasy remake, and Shenmue 3 Kickstarter getting announced out of nowhere, and that guy had like a crisis of faith, like he saw God. But something that didn't really make it into the E3 presentation but caught my attention was something called Project Morpheus. Project Morpheus is Sony's take on the head-mounted virtual reality device, similar to Oculus Rift. But it's something they're not too unfamiliar with. They actually have a history of this kind of stuff. Back in 1997, Sony had this thing called the Glasstron. You probably, I don't know, I have never heard of it, but it was another head-mounted device that had two LCD screens and headphones, and you could play all your favorite computer games on it. I don't think I knew what video games were in 1997. Oh. Project Morpheus seems a lot more refined and a lot less clunky and a lot cooler to be seen wearing it. It kind of looks like if Apple made a visor for Geordie LaForge. All white, shiny, and it's got lights on it. It's actually a project that's been worked on for about 4 years now at Sony, but it's been more grassroots among engineers and developers there. It's actually really interesting because the existence of this headset explains the existence of the PS3 Move controller. It was stated by Sony research and development engineer Anton Mikhailov that the PS3 Move controller was actually designed with virtual reality manipulation in mind before that commodity even existed yet. It all makes sense now that weird Move peripheral is like the missing piece in the VR equation for Sony. So in past years at E3, Sony has only had tech demos with this thing. People haven't been able to fully experience what Project Morpheus is like, but that changed this year. They had games for people to play. Maybe they were just demo games, but they were games. Now, they weren't fully completed games and they weren't fully completed demos, but it was an opportunity for people attending to get a taste for what this product could be used for. The most complete game there was called Rigs, and it was described as virtual reality's first esport. It was a 3-on-3 first-person shooter where people in mech suits fly around and collect orbs and get to the center of the stage without being killed. Seems neat. Funny, Project Morpheus, The Matrix, mech suits. Coincidence? I think not. Rigs was a controller-based game, so you're pretty much standing and using the controller and looking around with the VR headset. But some of the games did use the PS3 Move controllers, like London Heist. That game included two parts of the demo. One where players are behind a desk looking for treasure while fighting off enemies at the same time, and another where they're driving and fighting off enemies at the same time. There's a lot of fighting enemies in that game apparently, but it sounds like fun. Any enemies that want to fight me, come at me. I got 2 PS Move controllers. I'll hit you with a ball. There were other games like Verzoom in which you couldn't be sitting down in a stationary chair or using a controller. In Verzoom, you ride a flying horse, and to operate it, you pedal on a stationary bike and you race other flying horses. So they're really trying different ways of applying the virtual reality headset, see what sticks, see what, other people might use. Some of the games were more experience-based rather than gameplay-based. One of them that was creating a big buzz was Capcom game's Kitchen. In that game, users sit in a chair, but in-game they are bound to the chair and are covered in blood. And something crawls towards them, and we don't want to spoil it, but something scary happens, and really great. Look up reaction videos. It sounds awesome. Now, a lot of the people who gave it a shot said it was a fairly immersive experience, but the resolution is still a little bit of a step down from Oculus Rift. And some of the games weren't super rendered to the PS4 level and were more towards the PS3, so it's not quite there right now, but it seems to be getting there. They're finding new applications for it, and there's actually more than 35 games announced for it right now, which is pretty impressive. So we can expect it being ready in about 2016, they say. So which of the 3 VR headsets do you see yourself trying first? The HoloLens, the Oculus Rift, or the Project Morpheus? Let us know in the comments below. Or you can tweet it at us at TechnopilesPod. You can also check us out on Facebook by searching Technophiles Podcast, or go to technophilespodcast.com. I'll see you guys on Friday. And so just because I didn't talk about Nintendo doesn't mean I didn't enjoy anything about it. I loved so much about it. If you can, just watch all of the Nintendo Gaming Championship. It's so good. There's a little kid named Mini Wheat, and he really loves Splatoon, and he commentates the game with his dad. It's really sweet. And then Reggie and Iwata and Miyamoto are all puppets in their E3 presentation, and Star Fox is back. Just go. I still love Nintendo. They dub over Star Fox over StarCraft.